Greetings, collective. It's me, Senpai Swani, and thank you for joining me in another of our Tokyo sessions, a safe place for us to learn together, heal together, and ascend together. Please trust that the universe is on your side and calling for each of us to be closest to the highest power as our highest selves. Allow what resonates, but if it does not apply, let it fly. You are the gatekeeper for the fulfillment of your experiences in this reality. Create something great, collective. Let's go ahead. You see, I got my Palo Santo lit up. Let's go ahead and get our prayer in so that we can go ahead and get this reading in. Dearest ancestors of the highest light, archangels Michael, Raphael, Metatron, and all others with charge over me, dear divine consciousness, I humbly ask for your presence in this reading. Let me be a vessel in which truth is delivered for the highest good of our collective. Protect my energy and guide my intuition with wisdom and clarity. May every evil eye go blind and every monitoring spirit be led astray. Let every curse spoken and any ill intention be sunken into the depths of darkness, never to see light. We thank you for all that you are and express our utmost gratitude. Ashe and amen. All right, we got that in. We already did that over the cards. Let me sit this down. And let's see. The last reading that I did was a little wild. I don't even want to start with the Rider Waite Tarot deck right now. We're going to start with what is this? Enchanted Path. It, again, no, collective, you already know right now. My arm, I had surgery on my arm in case you haven't seen any of the other videos or whatnot. So I'm not shuffling cards right now. Even right now, my arm is already aching. So what I've been doing is just kind of spreading the cards. Everything's already shuffled. I at least shuffled off before I start recording, so that much is done. And let's see here. I've been pulling from a spread. This has been accurate, so we're gonna keep working with it until I've completed, all of the physical therapy and everything, and I have like just kind of like full use of my left arm again. This here says peace. Cultivate inner peace regardless of external circumstances. All right. So someone in our collective here, you've got a lot going on, friend. I won't even say a lot going on. Um, but it's got you off your game. You've got some external things going on here, and it's kind of like throwing your inner peace off. And the universe needs you right now to like cultivate this an inner peace within yourself and find peace within yourself, even though whatever is going on is going on. All right, let's see what else we have here for you. Dreams. Dream big and believe in the possibilities. Okay, so maybe something, I'm getting that something may be going on with you career wise right now, okay? And maybe you're feeling a little stagnant in your career. Maybe you're regretting career decisions that you've made. And I mean, it's not like, okay, well, I've done this, I made this choice, and now, I made my bed, I have to kind of sleep in it or live with what decision I made. You're welcome to always start something new. You're welcome to go back to school. But whatever it is, um, that you're feeling you need to do, go ahead and start dreaming big. Okay, like believe in the idea of possibilities. Like you can go beyond, what you're doing right now. Like it's very much possible, and you need to believe in it. This here says wisdom. Seek wisdom and learn from every situation. So that's what we do, right? I'm kind of coming into, like I like to study a lot of different religions and things like that because for example, my daughters, excuse me, like for going off on a tangent here, you don't necessarily want to hear about me, but maybe you do. I mean, we can pull cards and see what's going on, but let's talk a little bit also, okay? My daughters they went to like this camp, and they had a lot of fun stuff going on, canoeing, kayaking, and all this stuff, but it was actually like a Bible camp. And I got a call because they were baptizing the kids, and my daughters wanted to get baptized. And please, like, listen, if you're Christian, if you follow the Christ consciousness, if you're Baptist, however that goes, do not take offense to this. But this is just how I feel as far as what I teach with my family. Um, So, like, listen, before my girls got baptized, or agreed to like be baptized, I wanted to have a conversation with them because, I thought we, were beyond the idea of like getting baptized and like, a lot of those things or what have you. So I asked my daughters, I was like, listen, you pray. Okay, who do you pray to? They said God. I say, okay, who is or what is God? And neither one of them could answer that question. So, okay, long story short, I just told them, listen, before you like spiritually commit to something like, getting baptized, I want you to kind of like, do what I do, which is study different religions and things like that and find out exactly what God is for you, or, you're praying and things like that. And it's like, like I kind of told them about Buddhism and Hinduism, and like, I've been really like liking the story of Hinduism. If you see here, I don't think you can see it on camera. I don't want to tilt it because of the incense there, but that's Shiva, that's Lord Shiva there, but then at the same time, if you look at my bracelets, I have like Eye of Horus and Evil Eye bracelets and different things like that. I have a bracelet that says I am and different things like that. I've been studying, um, or someone who I like to follow their concepts a lot is Rupert Spear. You've heard me talk about Rupert Spear on my channel, and with him, like, essentially on, and even a video I watched on like on Buddhism, what have you, they talk about how there isn't like a God per se, but rather a consciousness, and then we are all here to more so not, oh, like, bless me with this and riches and, things like that, but like just to experience the experience. Like I said, like you are the gatekeeper of the fulfillment of your experience in this reality. I say that for a reason, because like that is what I believe. Like we're here to experience, in which case it does come with, when we encounter these experiences, we ought to like dissect them and kind of like figure out why this situation is and what lesson is there for me to learn within a situation. And I think this card here speaks a lot on that, and I would encourage you in that case, collective, to maybe start just kind of like, when these situations happen, that's kind of got you to where you can't even find your inner peace, is to like not so much think, oh, my life is going, to trash. But yeah, you say I try not to like really curse on camera if I can help it. Um, Actually, I haven't been cursing a lot in general these days. Like I say, I'm kind of like on this, like, I don't want to say spiritual journey, but like I say, just kind of like, what is God for me? I even saw like another tarot video where for her, God is energy. I told my girls about that as well, because what's the one thing in this universe that does not like die, that can't be destroyed, which is energy. Even when we pass on, like, is energy transferring elsewhere, sort of deal. So look, I don't want to get into it. I might start another channel where I'm not just doing like tarot, but like kind of like speaking on spirituality in itself. Or maybe, I'm honestly, I don't want to even start. Look, I don't need anything catching on fire. Honestly, I don't want to start another channel. Like, I'm gonna just use this channel to talk about whatever I want to talk about. It's my channel. You can watch the video or not. You can like the video, you can scroll past it and go to another video. It's on you. But like I say, I like this to be a safe space where we do learn together. That's one of the things I say. So if you have an opinion on God, even if it's to like be like, okay, the Christian God or what have you, you're welcome to, leave a comment. If it's something nasty and negative, please do not expect me to give you any attention. I'm going to skip right on it, and the only people I give attention to are those people with like meaningful things to say, or like, whatever. Let's see here. This card says purpose: discover and live your life's purpose. Okay, like, friend, look, like from what I'm getting right now, you're feeling, it sounds like with whatever you've got externally going on right now, it's got you in kind of like this feeling lost. Like I say, like within your career you're feeling lost. Maybe you are already seeking the counsel of, like, someone older, a mom, maybe before we're like speaking even older than that, like, grandma, aunts. And there's no sex in tarot, so let me put this on, masculines as well. But you can also be asking for, the advice from a masculine uncle, father, grandfather, um homeboy, homegirl, things like that, like really, like just kind of like, not just studying the different religions, but getting the opinions of other. And your what the universe is saying here is you ought to discover your life's purpose, essentially, what we all look to do. And as you can see here, I did move on to another deck. If that's the case, this deck here is the life purpose oracle card, since that's what came out about discovering your purpose. And let's see what insight this deck here has to offer. Rather than going to the middle, I'm going to pull right off the top. This says practice, polish your skills by practicing regularly. Okay, so maybe within your career, it doesn't really exalt the skills that you actually have. Maybe, it's like something, maybe it's not even a career. Maybe for you it's a job. There's a difference between a job and a career, right? A job is kind of like something you're doing because you're able to get it and it pays the bills, whereas a career is something that you're, like solely focusing on your life going that way. However it's playing out for you, whatever skills you do feel like you have, go ahead and start practicing on those skills. Maybe on here she's actually playing a flute. Maybe you play a flute, maybe you play the guitar, you play the piano. You know you play an instrument, essentially. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a writer, and the universe is encouraging you to get um more into those things, or start practicing those things. Okay, and doing it regularly. Maybe as you do that, you will kind of start seeing exactly where you want to go. Like they say, do something that makes you happy. They say, do something where it doesn't feel like work, right? In which case, maybe as you start practicing your skills and things like that more often, you'll find the things that bring you joy, that bring you peace. And say, you know what, let me try and start aiming for jobs or careers that actually, cater to the skills that I actually have. This here says, look, creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So again, whether you're a musician, maybe you're a songwriter, maybe you're kind of like a journalist, not writing in a journal, but actually going out and like doing some sort of investigative work. Maybe again, you're an artist, like that's what this angel, that's what she's doing there, or something like that. But it does say that, like, your soul, okay, like that inner peace, that inner conflict that you're coming across, your soul, okay, is looking for more purpose than what you're doing. Okay, seek wisdom, maybe speak to someone, maybe find someone in, the field that you're interested in taking up, and see, what do you need to do to get there. Are there any shortcuts? Like, I want to be a dentist. Do I need to go to a 4-year college and like study that? Things like that. As it turns out, I believe with dentistry, like there isn't like an actual major for dentistry. Like you do have to go to college and major in something, but then once you major in that, like then you're qualified. I believe that's how it goes. Don't quote me on that. In case you want to do actually do want to go into dentistry, obviously I'm not the person you want to talk to. This here says light and love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. Okay. So look how these are lining up. Pretty much whatever it is that you're looking to do. Maybe even this could be like some kind of side hustle. Maybe you want to start a platform. Maybe you want to get into tarot, just like me, or like not even necessarily tarot, but just start speaking to people, maybe even speaking to people spiritually, or about like spiritual things, like how I had the whole conversation just earlier a few minutes ago about God. but maybe you want to do something like that where you're encouraging people, where you're bringing light to people's lives, where you're reminding them of love, where you're showing love. Maybe you want to start even like a nonprofit of some kind, and just because it's nonprofit doesn't mean that you won't make any money from it. People do get rich from nonprofits, hopefully doing things that are ethical within that nonprofit. But okay. I'll pull one more card from this life purpose here, and we'll go to the tarot and see what else we have there for you. This says, look, environmentalist, you're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and animals. Okay, so that's something else that's kind of lining up. I was just talking about having a nonprofit. Maybe your nonprofit will be something where, as an earth angel, you're being more of a, what's it, environmentalist. Maybe you're saving animals, and like, it's something like volunteering in a shelter even. And, as you're practicing, as you're practicing, with these animals, you end up working, in a veterinarian's office or something like that, where now, you get to be a little more hands-on with treating animals and things like that. I'm not going to shuffle these cards. They're already shuffled. My arm is, not the best right now, but we will take a look at tarot here and see what more there is to advise you, friend. This here, okay, it's the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about moving on. All right. In which case, this falls right up under what we were saying before about you trying to find that inner peace despite external circumstances. Okay. But where we went, when we went into that, is talking about your career and you not feeling fulfilled within a career or the job that you have. And then this card comes up under it, which means that in fact, it may in fact be time for you to move on from that career altogether, or at least from that position, so that you can start feeling more fulfilled. Okay. I love to play on words, no pun intended. Okay, look, this here is Ace of Cups. Baby, I'm not making this up. This is your message. If this resonates, you already know. Allow what resonates, but if it does not apply, let it fly. Maybe you know someone who's feeling this way or whatnot. Show them the video, like the video. You're welcome to comment on the videos, guys. Okay. Um, you're going through some new emotions right now. Like you're like I said, you've got some things going on. Maybe there is some kind of drama going on at the workplace, and it's just put you in a place where like you don't want to be there anymore. Maybe there's people who, and sometimes it feels like that right when you're at a job, and it's like it starts feeling like they're trying to make you quit, and they don't want to just outright fire you because now they got to pay you unemployment. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the idea of someone like seriously like trying to make someone quit so they don't have to like pay them unemployment. How petty is that? Okay. But it's like whatever it is that it's like it's creating just like this turmoil within you. And it's like you need to find this inner peace. You need to dream bigger. It's like you need to find purpose. Okay. And it's like, yeah, it's you find yourself moving on. You find yourself with these Ace of Cups, these new emotions. Okay. And you are going to have to be brave. You are going to have to be strong. You are going to have to start doing the work. What does that mean? Spiffing up the resume, actually like applying. And people will be like, oh, I went on monster.com and I applied for like 15 jobs and I didn't hear a single thing back. I don't encourage people to go onto those websites where it's like, oh yeah, like this website. I've applied to places like that and like not heard anything back, or it's always like, oh, we found candidates. What I always encourage people to do is go specifically to the website of companies. Xfinity. Okay, for example, random something that comes to mind. Go onto the Comcast Xfinity website all the way to the bottom where it says careers. Click on that and see what they have available and apply directly to companies. Don't sit up here. You can use it to get ideas. Like when they show you companies, then you go over to that company's website and you apply directly to the company. Don't apply through like Career Builder or all those little websites where they like supposedly have you like apply to a bunch of jobs and things like that. I don't, like I say, I've done it before, and I noticed after a while, like there's just no way, like I'm not getting a call back from any of these jobs. If anything, applying to those websites, see, my arm hurts. Applying to those websites, I think, I don't know, it's like it's what gets your number out there on the dark web and things like that. Because now, I'm getting all these text messages about, oh, we found your application and your resume on such and such and such, and like the whole time it's like a scam or something like that. Who knows? So the King of Cups came out. So I'm talking like this may be like, a divine feminine. There's no gender in tarot. Okay. I may very well be speaking to um, a masculine. Okay. Or at least someone in their masculine energy. But whether you're in your feminine or your masculine energy, you did come out as like the King of Cups here. Okay. Now, kings in tarot, like, this is something new that I'm learning, is one of those debated between the knights and the kings as far as elements that it's associated with, like the entire court of this card. Kings, even though this is the King of Cups, I take kings to be associated with air, just because by the time you're in your like king, your king state, you so mastered whatever suit it is. Okay, like you look at whatever suit it is from an intelligent aspect, in which case this is cups, water, emotions. Okay, so in this case, this would, I like I said, associate kings with air. I don't know if I said that or not, if I went on a tangent, but in which case this would be air of cups. Okay, which I take this as, listen, you're emotional. Okay, you're going through this emotional um Ace of Cups, these new emotions and things like that about like what you have going on with your job, with your career, with the workplace. But King of Cups, you are able to look at it from an emotionally intelligent aspect. So don't be afraid to step out. Know that the universe is on your side. Okay, know that you yourself, you're an intelligent person. Okay, like you don't have to worry about flubbing up, making the wrong move or anything like that. Get out of your feelings, and like Nike says, just do it. I would like the Knight of Wands to come out in this reading for you, because just go for it. Not necessarily the Knight of Swords, but the Knight of Wands. Like, just get up and go and do it, kind of deal. This card here is, look, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, if you are on your way to a Ten of Pentacles, okay, I don't want to future fake you here. But I would, the universe, I would encourage you as well to like really go ahead and make this move, because it seems like, if you're feeling a type of way about this job, and you do go ahead and make whatever move. Like I said, it may not be just quitting, it may just be moving to a new department, a new position or something like that. But it looks like you're coming into a Ten of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles could be wealth, Pentacles could be health. Pentacles is just all around happiness. It's leaving this legacy that you're setting up. Okay, so this that is coming up under, like, practice this, now that it's coming up under the life purpose cards, this Ten of Pentacles may be in the pursuit of that nonprofit that you may want to start up. When I said legacy, it reminded me and it showed me that, hey, actually you are under your life purpose. So whatever that life purpose is for you is going to create a legacy for you. Okay, so let's get up, let's get a move on it, friend. Like, don't be scared. Start really kind of like digging into yourself. Look at this Three of Cups. Like, you're into celebration. Like, you're on your way to being happy once you start making whatever this move is that you need to make, whatever work it is that you need to put in. There's an equal give and take with the universe. Okay, if you want the universe to give to you, if you want to be able to take, you have to give something, in which case, what's money? As they say, money is energy. Okay, so you're going to have to put in some effort, friend. You're going to have to get moving and put in some energy, okay, to go ahead and receive this Ten of Pentacles, this energy of a celebration. Three of Cups. Okay, happiness for you there. Then we got the five coming here. Okay, the Five of Wands, excuse me. The Five of Wands comes up under this love and light. Okay, so again, your job, your purpose is to spread love and light. It's kind of hard to do that when you're in somewhere where people are fighting with you. It's hard to do it where, people are keeping you in a low vibration. Okay. And that again is why you're here. Like, I need to get out of here. I need to move on. I need to be strong, and I need to like really figure out what it is I want to do. Kind of deal there. Definitely like, yeah, see, because if you stay there stuck, you're going to find yourself with a ten of swords. And that's not to say you're going to get fired or anything like that. It's just that, like, it's like, you don't want to find yourself being like, could have, would have, should have. I wish I really wish I would have followed my instinct. I really wish, I'd have listened to my gut instinct, essentially that consciousness, that inside voice that told me that it's time to get to step in. What Martin used to say, get the step in. I think that was Martin used to say that. One more card we'll pull from the tarot. Wheel of Fortune, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit that up there, okay? Like right there, like that. Wheel of Fortune. I might just stay with the tarot because I like what's coming out for you. Okay. I mean, we're already 26 minutes into this. Well, at least 26 minutes according to the timer. It may not be 26 minutes once I actually do the editing. Who knows? Maybe it will be. But it's all just kind of like, like, I don't even like to say beating a dead horse, but it really is encouraging you, friend, to like, listen, the world is yours. I'll say this again. You are the gatekeeper for the fulfillment of your experiences in this reality. Okay, Senpai Swanee, you've said that like 3 times now. What the hell does that mean? As I say, okay, from the things that I'm studying, within this reality, some people say this reality that we are the co-creator of. Okay, your job, or not even job, like what you're supposed to do in this reality, okay, more than anything else, we already talked about this. More than anything else, is you're supposed to understand, okay, the experience that you're going through. Not, oh, woe is me, I hope things get better. No, 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 none of that. The actual purpose of the situations in this reality, okay, is to understand the experience. But as far as the experiences that you understand, you are the gatekeeper for the fulfillment. So you need to take these experiences and understand, what is it about this experience that's bringing you to your highest self. Not, oh, I had this experience, it was a bad experience, lesson learned. No, lesson learned in a good way. Because I had this experience, I know that I can do this. I know that I can conquer this. I've had enough bad experiences, and they say, oh, for someone who's had the experiences that you've had, you don't seem like they broke you or anything like that. No, because I know through these experiences, when it comes to things, when I start facing things that are scary, I'm not scared, because I've been through worse than that. I've had to pull myself out of deeper holes than that, like I've had bigger disappointments than that. So like, as far as this experience here, it's nothing, like, if anything, like, this bad experience is teaching you, or this experience has brought you into the, like, finding your life purpose. This experience has brought you into like your legacy and celebrating and things like that. Wheel of Fortune, baby, listen, you are the gatekeeper. You decide. Okay, anything can happen, but you ultimately are going to decide if the experience is a good experience, or if it is in fact a bad experience. But you being a gatekeeper, I hope you understand, to make it a good experience. Okay. Let me see here. I'll take it off the tarot. And let me see here. What is this? Enchanted art. Let me see what's in this deck here, because I have not really used this deck much at all. Little cards here. Que lindo. As I said, enchanted art, a little something I found on, what's my little website I'm always going on, AliExpress. I went ham on AliExpress, y'all. I really did. And then on top of that, with all these decks that I have, I still gave away like 4 or 5 decks, which I don't know. I won't get into that. Oh, look, these are upside down. This says you are worthy. Do you hear me? Like everything, baby, you are worthy. Don't be scared. Okay. Know that like whatever, like you are worthy of having good experiences. You are worthy of like good things happening to you. Okay. Like don't sit here and anticipate the worst. Remember, you are worthy. You are able. Don't tell anyone that you are sorry. I always say, don't say sorry because you're a fully capable person. Okay. The next card to come out from this deck here says, your spirit sparkles when you connect with what you love. Look, I want to put that over here. Look at all this green coming out for you. Okay. Practice, be creative. Your spirit, like you're here to share this love and light. You're here, you're an earth angel. Okay. And your spirit sparkles when you connect with what you love. When you're doing these things here, okay, that give you this fulfillment, that give you this purpose, okay, guess what happens? Your spirit begins to sparkle. You find yourself happy. You find yourself joyful. You find yourself spreading love and light like the earth angel that you are, baby. I like this deck. Hey, this here says, ask your dream. Oh, yeah, ask your dreams a question when you need an answer. Okay. So that's over there with that dream big, but also when you dream, okay, if you can at all remember your dreams, or even before you go to sleep, that is one thing that I heard, a way to remember your dreams is before you go to sleep, tell yourself that you're going to remember your dream. But not just that, before you go to sleep, ask your dreams a question. If you want to know something, ask the question. Okay, like listen, what am I supposed to do? And let your dreams answer. Let the divine tell you through a dream. Okay, this here says spend some time on self-care. Okay, that self-care may not just you, even though we have the mermaid here pampering herself and things like that. Yeah, go to the spa and like take a hot bath and things like that. But then at the same time too, self-care is again kind of like exploring your creative side and like seeing what it is that you love. What exactly is it that when you do this, it makes your soul sparkle. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up here and like take one. I'll put that over there. Take like one or two messages from the universe and see what we got from these cards here, and then I'll go ahead and wrap this up because, like I say, once I edit everything, we should be coming out to about 30 minutes anyway. I'm gonna take from right here. What does this say? If you find yourself constantly seeing recurring numbers or words, it is a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. Okay, and look where that lands. Okay, that lands on our Three of Cups over there. That lands on our creative expression. So while you're doing these things, take a note. Look, it's 33 on the timer. Wow, you see what I mean? Like, listen, the universe is on your side. Divine is with you. If you want to step out and do something courageous, like you are fully supported by the universe. Okay. Let me see here. What else? Don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and grow. So it is necessary to experience the difficult times. That's when you will grow the most. There is always light at the end of a dark. Oh, there is always, look, me and my dyslexia. There is always light at the end of a dark tunnel. Okay. So look, trouble don't last always. Okay. Just know that like with whatever you decide, okay, there's light at the end of this tunnel, baby. Get through it. Find that inner peace. Start doing the things that you love. Start practicing. All these cards, like I'm just repeating at this point here. Okay. Listen, I love you. The universe loves you. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Oh, let me do a little thing. All right, collective. Listen, be easy. Oh, be happy. Be safe. I did that backwards, but your girl out. Bye.